Hey everybody, it's the Boss Lady here, coming to you with a Friday vlog. I am trying to make it through the day, honestly, just trying to make it through the day. So I just kind of want to vlog a little bit, let you know how I'm feeling. I wanted to bring some haul videos to you guys, but I just can't right now. And I'm laughing because I'm doing my best to keep from crying. Y'all know Boss Lady a crybaby. But anyway, um, thinking about, all the stuff that's going on in the world, with the shooting in Louisiana, the shooting here at home in Minnesota, and then the shooting last night in Texas and Dallas. And I'm beyond disbelief. I am one who does not promote violence. I don't care for it at all. Um, I'm really sick and tired of the police shooting our black men at an alarming rate. It just seems like it's just the norm now. Um, but I also don't care for people retaliating and just shooting up cops just for no reason. It's just it's terrible. Things are just getting out of control. Not to mention, there was a peace rally last night here at home, and some people decided to throw rocks and damage property of the police and squad cars and things. It's just, I know folks are angry. I know folks don't know what to do, so they're just doing whatever comes natural, but the retaliation is not helping things. It's not helping matters. It's only going to make matters worse. Um, there's already a heavy police presence going on, and, the police they're nervous, so, killing cops, that's just making them have an itchy trigger finger, even more so. So I don't agree with that at all. I do agree with, we need to rally, we need to pray, we need to get some laws changed around here, throughout the states and things. But retaliating on the cops is just not an option, not for me. I'm also sitting here and I'm thinking about what happened here at home, um, with Mr. Philando, and, you know, the little girl in the back seat. It bothers me. It makes me think back in the 90s when Bossman and I were always pulled over for whatever reason. I know I've told you guys, for my new subscribers who don't know, Bossman collects cars. He loves cars. We have more than enough cars. We can change a car every day of the week and not drive the same car twice. That's how many cars we have. Back in the day when we were younger, when we were, early 20s, boss man liked the cars with the rims and the booming systems and all that stuff. And so, we were pulled over, because at that time, those type of cars were looked at as drug dealer cars or, gang member cars or whatever. And boss man was neither. But because his car fit the profile, we were pulled over a lot. Anywhere. It didn't matter, whether it was here within the city limits or, outskirts. But there was a particular time we were pulled over and we were in my car. And at the time I was driving a Dodge Dynasty and baby girl was in the back seat, 4 years old. We got pulled over in a neighborhood where apparently there was a lot of drug activity, gang activity. We didn't know it. We were just driving through. It was like a shortcut, so to speak, to get to McDonald's that day. And we were pulled over. Boss man was snatched out the car. He was pretty much undressed in broad daylight. When I was, yelling and fussing, they told him, if you don't shut her up, we're going to take you to jail. Not me, him. They were going to take him to jail because I was saying, police brutality and, you're harassing us and we didn't do anything and blah, blah, blah. And so then they told him, well, we're looking for someone that looks like me, but has a different name. Similar car. The name was different, transposed letters or something, but that looked like me. I mean, they were saying anything and everything to try to get a rise out of him. Luckily, he's a very calm person, so, he was just like, do what you gotta do, whatever, but still, That was something that we went through. My daughter in the back seat, she's crying. Are they going to take my dad to jail? What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. Now, had that been now, today, 2016, I would be planning a funeral for my husband. I'm trying to get you guys to get a picture in your head. Because what Mr. Philando went through, he should not have gone through that. That 4-year-old girl should not have witnessed that man being gunned down in his car, still in his seatbelt. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And I'm trying to keep it together because I'm so angry about what's going on. But these are things that we went through, so I cannot believe this mess is still going on, and it just has a different face on it. People keep saying racism is dead, racism is over, and, civil rights and this and that. I'm sorry. Racism is not dead. For those who are unaware, it's not. It just has a different face on it. There's a different type of slavery going on here, and it's just not okay. Now, in the same breath, it's not okay to go and shoot up some cops who didn't do anything. They didn't do anything. Oh, but because they wore a badge, let me just shoot them. No, that's not okay. That's not right by no means. And I know folks are angry. Folks are tired. They're angry. They're tired. They're like, we just want to live. And, this is going on. And so I know they just don't know which way is up. But still, I'm ready for Jesus himself to come back and say, you know what? It's time for me to take my people home, because I don't want to live like this. And I'm doing this video because I have a black husband who I cherish deeply. Y'all all know I talk about Boss Man all the time on my channel. I don't want to get that phone call. I don't want to get that knock at the door saying, excuse me, are you Miss Boss Lady? Yes. We need you to come with us. For what? Well, there's been a situation. If I hear those words, Lord have mercy. Okay? I'm just saying. I fear for my dad. My dad has been pulled over. And no, they haven't snatched him out the car, but he's been pulled over more than once. And I'm like, my dad don't do nothing. So what you doing? He a deacon of the church, I fear for my father-in-law. My father-in-law was actually put out of a store for asking a question. He was downtown Minneapolis, very nice dress. My father-in-law, he's the best dressed in the Midwest. I'm just going to tell you like that. So he never is bummy or just t-shirt and whatever. He's always suited and booted at all times. He went into a store to ask a question. They said, get out of here. You got to get out of here. Get out. Get out. He's like, what are you talking about? I didn't do anything. I asked you a question. And then, of course, he's getting belligerent because he's like, I just asked you a question. What is your problem? But they booted him out of this store. He asked them if they carried a certain type of wine. And they booted him out the store. Downtown Minneapolis, true story. He called my husband upset. My father-in-law walks with a cane and, but he's still, he's the most stylish man around. For that to happen, it's like, are you kidding me? What is your problem? I have a soon-to-be son-in-law. I fear for him because, he don't fit the stereotypical profile, whatever. And so, they looking at him sideways. The boy go to work. He worked 2 jobs. All he do is work and sleep. That's all I know him to do. So, but my biggest fear, honestly, wholeheartedly, is that 4-year-old grandbaby I have. He didn't ask to come here. He didn't ask to be in this society, in this world, in this city, in this state. He didn't ask for none of that. He didn't ask to be profiled before he was even born. But because of the melanin in his skin, he's already labeled. I have a problem with that, you guys. I have a problem with that. My grandson should not be fearful to leave the house. My grandson should be able to play outside and not worry about a cop rolling up on him, or anybody for that matter. He should be able to be a productive child in this society. and not labeled as, oh, he's one of those. Oh, he has hair on his head. Let's detain him. Why you got all that hair on your head? Seriously? Why you got a ball in your hand? Well, because I'd rather a ball than a gun. How about that? Oh, now you're getting smart. Let me shoot you. You know what I'm saying? And I know I'm taking it to the extreme, but I want my viewers to understand what's going on in this society. Young man walking down the street, minding his business, trying to get home to his grandparents, and he's gunned down by a civilian, and he has Skittles in his hand. I'm just saying. Man gunned down because he's selling bootleg CDs. A man in Walmart gunned down because somebody called and said, oh, he's waving a gun around, and all he was doing, according to the video, was looking at it. I'm just saying, this is what's going on. People need to understand this. And this isn't a, oh, now you being racist. No, I'm not being racist. I'm just telling you what's being done. I'm telling you facts, not feelings. So, people on the social media sites, we have those who are saying Black Lives Matter. Then we have people who are coming back and combating it, saying Black lives don't matter, all lives matter. Then there's the big back and forth. All I'm going to say is this. I'm a black woman with a black husband, a black grandson, a black dad, brother-in-laws, son-in-law to be, uncles, cousins. I fear for their safety because they are not safe. Even if you are licensed to carry, you are not considered safe. If you are abiding by the laws of what have been asked of you, you are not safe. I have a problem with that. Okay? Everybody's saying all lives matter. All lives matter. Don't say Black lives matter. All lives matter. Okay. Well, this is my charge to my viewers who are not of the same melon tone as me. Go to a black neighborhood and tell me what you see. Look around. Do you see happy homes? Do you see broke down homes? Do you see kids who are able to play outside? Go to the parks that are not in your neighborhood. Tell me what you see. Do you see kids in the parks playing, guys playing basketball, babies on the swings? Do you see that? Or do you also see that cop car that's not sitting on the street but sitting inside the park? Yes, this is something that I have witnessed. And I might start taking pictures and video of it so you can really see what I see. Okay, I drove past a park the other day, just driving past. It wasn't a park that I frequent, but just driving past. And instead of the cop being on the street parked, he is inside the park in his squad car, ready to ride up on any and everybody. I don't like that. I'm just saying. Go to a black neighborhood and tell me what you see. Just a regular black neighborhood, not no elite, high society, six-figure neighborhood. I'm talking about just a regular neighborhood. Tell me what you see. Do you see grocery stores? Do you see corner stores? Do you see liquor stores? Do you see any churches? Let me tell you what I see. I see a bunch of liquor stores every other block or so. That's systematic, guys. Oh yeah, drink yourself. You having problems, you need a drink, here, have a drink. Okay. I don't see grocery stores. I see corner stores filled with processed food, filled with sugary cereals and sugary drinks and fructose corn syrup and all that type of stuff. I don't see any fruits and vegetables. I don't even see no fresh milk. Matter of fact, and this was years ago, but there's a corner store not far from my elementary school. I remember I ran in there because I was driving through and I had to run in there to get some milk. The milk was literally spoiled. They were selling spoiled milk out of this corner store, and people were buying it because they had no way to get to the regular grocery store to get the fresh milk so that the babies aren't sick and throwing up. Yeah. Here's another scenario for you. Go to the welfare office, okay? Go to the welfare office and just sit down. You ain't got to, check in like you're doing anything. Just sit down. Listen to the conversations. Watch the people that are in there. Because it's not only black people that go to the welfare office. There's black, there's white, there's Hispanic, there's Asian, there's Somali. There's all different rainbows in the welfare office. But listen to how the help is given. If you are, and this is here in Minnesota, true fact. And the reason why I know it's a true fact, because I studied it when I was in school. College, that is. If you are a refugee, not refugee like they called the folks from New Orleans, but a refugee from Somalia, Asia, and you come here, there is a different type of welfare. Did you guys know that? I didn't know that until just back in 2009, 10, and 11 when I was in school. Yeah. There's a different type of welfare that are for refugees only. So when they come in and they show their visas and whatever they show to show that they're not from Minnesota, not born and raised here, they get a different type of welfare. But all lives matter. Okay? Case in point, there's a mother. 2.5 kids, 3 kids, 4 kids. She's working, but she needs help with daycare. She needs help with food support. She is $1 over the income threshold. She gets no help. None. Well, according to our guidelines, you're able to afford blah, blah, blah. Maybe you need to move to a different place. Maybe you need to find something cheaper to rent. But a refugee family can come in, they can get food support, medical support, money support, housing support, school support. They get all this stuff. Don't have to pay taxes or nothing. But all lives matter. I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that. I just have a problem with that. So when people say all lives matter, then they need to include the black lives. Seriously. With everything. With everything. When you have people who are put against the black community and the black community has done nothing to them, I take issue with that. I take issue with that. What do I mean by that? Case in point. In the job that I currently reside in, I work with all people, all nationalities, races, creeds. I was at lunch. This is a couple years ago. I was at lunch with my friend Rita, the one who passed away. And we were coming back from lunch and we ran into some of our Muslim co-workers. And they weren't all from the same area. So I want to say one was Ethiopian, one was Somali, one was from Nigeria, and whatever. But they were all from those countries and things. They told us, and we found this to be true because we did some research on it. They told us that when they were set to come to the States, they were told not to trust the black community. I take issue with that. I really do. I take issue with that because how can you put people who look like me, against me, and I've done nothing to them. And I'm not trying to make this a whole race thing, but when people say all lives matter, and they say don't say Black Lives Matter, I'm like, okay, all lives do matter. Don't get me wrong. All lives matter. But there's a disconnect somewhere when you have all lives and then Black lives. You have all lives like this, Black lives like this, and there's a disconnect somewhere. You know, because they would make comments like, oh, you are a nice person, or you do have, good people in your community. I don't understand that. All lives do matter. And it's not about a blue life, a white life, a black life, a red life, a yellow life, whatever. All lives do matter. And I need America to wake up and understand that we are not a ghost people. We are real people. We're real. We're human. You cut our skin, we bleed just like you bleed. That's just what it is. So I need people to understand that. See us for who we are and not assumptions. Don't go off of what the media is just portraying. Because yes, the media will dress it up like it's a cow and it's a pig all day. I'm just saying. No pun intended. Get to know people. You get to know who people are. Not just, oh, well, the media said this is how people are, so I'm just going to assume. No. I have neighbors right now. All they do is watch the news. All they do is watch the news. And then they have their misconceptions. And they don't get out of that until they actually sit and hold a conversation. Then they're like, oh, you are a decent person like I am. Why would you think any different? Well, the news said in the newspaper and social media. That brings me back to unplug yourself. Seriously, unplug. Yesterday, I was so distraught over what had transpired. I had to stop being on Instagram. I had to stop Googling the news. I had to stop live streaming. I was literally live streaming when I was home working, listening to the conference because I was trying to get my work done. And I was literally listening to the live stream and I was getting nauseous. I had to turn it off. It's just a sad situation all around. My heart is very sad. I pray for the families of all victims. I even pray for the shooters because there must be some type of disconnect in their brains to make them do the things they do, whether you're a cop or you're a civilian. If you're shooting somebody and killing somebody just because you have a problem, period. You have a problem, you need to be dealt with accordingly. And I'm going to say this, and I know this is going to make somebody mad, but the shooters of the cops, they will be held to the fullest extent of the law. Guarantee that. Mark my words. You heard it from Boss Lady. They will go to jail. They will go to prison. And they will be in there forever. But the officers that killed Philando in Alton this week, they won't serve not a day. Because look at history. Look at all the ones who have been gunned down by either civilians or police. They have not served a day. We had a killing back in November. Matter of fact, the day after I got out the hospital. And the guy's name was Jamar Clark. They did all that investigating, all the videos showing this and that. Those cops are walking free to this day. Is it okay? Is it okay? These people are to serve and protect us. But who are they serving and protecting? Because they're not protecting the black community. I'm just saying. There has been a mark put on a black man's head, and black men are being gunned down every day. It's time to wise up. It's time to get on the good foot. It's time to, yes, we need to pray. We all need to pray. Someone said, time out for praying. I'm not praying no more. I want action. I want action too. But I'm going to pray first. And I'm going to let the Lord guide my actions so that I am doing things decent and in order and according to His word, not to someone else's. So I'm sure this video is different for everyone. Y'all know Boss Lady keeps it raw and uncut at all times. But please know, Boss Lady is hurting y'all. And I have a grandson coming up in this world. I don't know. I prayed over everybody this morning. Touching and agreeing from the east to the west, the north and the south. Asking that the Lord just put His loving arms and hands around everyone. Because this is not okay. This is not okay. We need protection. We need guidance. And we need people to see us for who we are. We are black. We are human. We're not animals. I plead the blood over every black child on this planet, on this earth. These black boys don't stand a chance. Lord have mercy. Because even if they get to adulthood, they still don't stand a chance. That boy was 32 years old. 32. Worked a job every single day. And now he's gone. His mother got to lay him to rest. That is not okay with me. It's not okay with me. I think my heart even hurt even worse to see his grandfather, 90 years old, speak to the news for a taillight. So it doesn't matter. You can have Skittles in your hand. You can have a broken taillight or not. You can be abiding by the law or not and still be gunned down here in America. It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up. It's definitely time for a change. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.